I remember a time back in spring training we had this guy was on a release list. His name was Charles Thomas, and the day before we released him, a couple of guys got hurt, so it kind of saved him. So then he starts the season with us because we had room on our roster, and before you know it, he ends up playing because of injuries. And the night before the other guys came off the disabled list, was going to release him the next day. And we get a phone call that night saying in AA that there's a couple of injuries there. They had a collision, so we sent him to AA in Greenville, South Carolina, and that saved him again. And then you just couldn't get him out of the lineup after that. I mean, he was just tearing everything up. He was just centering the ball really well, and just couldn't get him out of the lineup. Before you know it, you turn around and some guns in the big leagues for Atlanta, and he made an impact in the season up there for them, and ended up getting traded for a big addition to our big league club right now, and that's he was in that trade for Tim Hudson. Really, he's a manager's dream. He worked extremely hard. You never had to go look for him to find out if he was there on time, or find out if he was doing early work, or find out if he was playing extremely hard, because he always did that. He ran every ball out 100% every time he hit the ball, and he just played the game the way the game should be played, and that's give it 100%, and then when the final out's over, then you can go in the clubhouse and change. But he was one of those that always hustled, and hustled. So every manager stuck up for him, and that's why it came around. We all stuck up for him, and if there were a spot, that's who we wanted. And finally, he got his chance to play, and when he did, he showed everybody what he could do, and couldn't get him out of the lineup. We lost connection there for a few years, but we just made a trip into Asheville to play the Tourists last week. And believe it or not, during the game, hear this or feel this tap on my shoulder, and turned around, and there he was, Chucky T. He from Asheville, lived in Asheville, but he had moved out around Oakland when he got traded, and we lost touch, but all of a sudden he's moved back to Asheville, and it was really good seeing him. I wanted to introduce him to the team because we've told stories throughout the year about guys like that. You know, hey, I don't care if you're a free agent, I don't care if you was drafted 40th or 50th or whatever. As long as you got a uniform on and you give it everything you got, we used to say you'll never play in the big leagues, and he's one of the greatest examples that I can remember.